got picked up by the officers. I remember being in the cop car. Okay, now I remember.
JB Morrow, go and get your bag.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna talk about something crazy.
We're talking about mothers.
Okay, so I feel like I haven't really talked about my childhood, and I feel like I don't feel that comfortable talking about my childhood. But what I will get into is my experience going to boot camp. Not once, but twice.
You went to boot camp?
Boot camp.
I ain't never seen you wear boots ever.
But what the hell, boy?
You guys, so where do I begin? Where do I begin?
But what is boot camp? Because when I think boot camp, there's fat camp. You know what I mean?
I've never. Is fat camp a real thing?
Yeah, you go in when you're fat.
You did that?
There is actually. I actually inquired, and I wasn't big enough.
I need some spicy noodles. Benny already finished his whole burrito. He was supposed to eat it in video.
I know, it was small though. I was like, what the heck is this?
Yeah, he ate it in one bite. He was like. So this happened when I would say roughly about, you know what? I wasn't 15. I think I was like 14.
Oh,
I was like 13, 14.
So instead of a quinceañera.
Bootcamp. And I remember I was already in high school by this time. And the way I got picked up was scary because I did not see this coming. Like, I think my mom had like threatened me with it, but I didn't think she would do it. But one day, my memory's not that great, so all these details not be like spot on, like to the T, regarding times and I guess certain details. But I would say it was roughly around 5 in the morning.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Hella mad.
I hear a bang on my room door, and I was like, who the hell could this possibly be?
Like 3 police officers are at my room door.
They're at my room door. I'm like, what the hell is going on? They didn't even give me time to change or anything. They sent me off in pajamas. I picked up by the officers. I remember being in the cop car. Okay, now I remember. So from the cop car, they took me to this, I don't know, it looked like a facility. I don't know, some police station facility. I don't know.
Amazon Fulfillment Center?
We're all packing packages. This facility was near a park, and I remember getting thrown into a room, and in this room were other kids that just looked completely clueless. And then from there, I remember we all got into a white van and we drove really far away, and when we got there, it looked like a desert. I stayed there for, I would say, a couple of weeks, and mind you guys, this was in the middle of me being in high school, so I got pulled out to go to boot camp.
So how'd you get all your work done?
I don't remember.
Were you behind when you went back?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let me tell you guys the reason why I got sent to boot camp. We were going around the room. The lieutenants were asking the kids like,
Oh, what are you in here for?
like it's Joe and shit.
What are you in here for, buddy? How much time you doing?
One kid said, I stole my mom's car and I crashed it. Mind you, we were 13, 14 at this time. So he was like 13, wilding, stealing his mom's car and like going to parties. Probably nozzing it, I don't know. Before continuing on with today's video, I would like to thank BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. Don't send your kids to boot camp. Get them therapy with BetterHelp. Therapy with BetterHelp has helped me so much because I kind of see it as like a brain declutter, because sometimes you feel like you have so many things to talk about and you want to vent. So I feel like it's always good to have a therapist for that reason, or if you're struggling with other mental health disorders. I do have a lot of goals for this year, and I might talk about my goals with my therapist. My therapist always leads me in the right direction. Also, therapy is also great to get you through your stress management, or if you need anger management. They can also help you with any other challenge that you might be going through. I am a huge mental health advocate. Please get your mental health in check. I feel like having your mental health in check, it gets you very far in life. So with BetterHelp, everything is online, and so I feel like it's also perfect for people that are like introverts or people that hate going in person therapy. You get therapy at the convenience of your home. It makes therapy way less intimidating because, like I said, you don't have to go to an in-person appointment. You get to do everything on your phone or your laptop. You can do therapy with BetterHelp through video chat, through messaging, or through a phone call. It's honestly whatever you're comfortable with. If you feel like the therapist they assign you with is not a great fit, you can always easily change therapist without it being awkward. No extra cost and no hassle. Find a new therapist with a click of a button. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful and biased advice. First, you go to their site. You can go ahead and use my link. You answer a few questions and BetterHelp will match you to a professional who has years of experience helping people with struggles just like yours. You'll be matched to a therapist usually within 48 hours so you can get started fast. Let BetterHelp connect you with a therapist who can support you from the comfort of your own home. Go to betterhelp.com/Alondra to get 10% off your first month with BetterHelp. But yeah, guys, without further ado, let's continue on with today's video. But another kid was like, oh, because I do drugs. And they asked me, and I'm clueless as to why I'm even there. Because mind you guys, at this time, I don't feel like I was a bad kid. I feel like I was depressed, but it got translated into me being lazy. So all I wanted to do was sleep all day after school, and I would get in trouble for it. But yeah, I was like, oh, because I talk back and don't clean. So I was like one of the innocent goody two-shoes kid. That's how I got to boot camp.
What the hell? Well, I went to band camp. One time I did 2 hours in detention.
Whoa, Scooby-Doo so bad.
It's so bad. Scooby-Doo so bad.
Scooby-Doo so bad. So like, how was it? Like, what was the sleeping arrangements? Like, did you share a bed?
Yeah, so basically the girls and the guys were separated into 2 different rooms.
How big were the rooms?
I would say there was like...
Is it like a room?
Like 8 beds. It was a room, but it looked small. So basically only beds and like maybe a dressing room. Let me tell you how the days went. So they would wake us up roughly around like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Ooh, child.
They'll yell at us like, get up, get up.
Look, away from me. I shall scream at your face.
And then they would rush us into the shower. I clearly remember we had 1 minute to wash our hair, 1 minute to wash our body, and then you have to get the hell out. And this whole time, I remember
the whole time you stank.
Hella stank.
With no bar soap.
No deodorant.
And the water was cold.
Oh yeah, the water was cold. The water was cold. Yeah, it was like in and out, in and out. And the whole time you're showering, the lieutenant is yelling at you. So after that, we had to get changed, whatever. We had to hurry up outside and start drill. So they would like make us warm up, whatever. They would make us run roughly around a mile, maybe more than that. And mind you, all this was kind of like up a hill if I remember correctly. And then from there, they would make us go eat breakfast. And when we were there eating breakfast, you had to eat breakfast.
You had to finish it?
Yeah. And I remember feeling nauseous and I didn't want to eat. And I remember Lieutenant told me I had to eat. Like, he made me eat. So after we finished our breakfast, we had to go outside and do more drills.
What's the joke? What's the joke? Why you laughing?
They deadass had me doing the bear crawls.
Yeah.
Like this in the dirt, and we would like have to be doing all these obstacle shits.
They had you doing the lean like a cholo?
Yeah, they had us do like all those drills with obstacles, and they would have us do like over 100 sit-ups. Like, it was crazy. And I remember if one kid didn't keep running, like if one stopped, it was extra time on the whole group. So it would get kids into arguments, kind of like, oh, you better like keep running, you know what I mean? I think they would also time our drills, like doing the bear crawls and all that. I remember like a little 10 or 11-year-old being there, and he would cry every single day from getting screamed at from the lieutenants. He did get sent home early on. I'm like, man, I should have cried.
So let's say, for example, you start off doing drills, you eat breakfast, go back to drills. What did you do after that?
So after that, I remember they had us go into classes, and we would learn about like substances and stuff. Yeah, I remember in one of the classes we had to write an apology letter to our parents, and they were recording us, right, and taking pictures. And while we were writing the letter, I remember the lieutenants told us that we weren't gonna see our parents for months, and every single student started bawling their eyes out, like crying. And I was one of them. I started crying. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be stuck here for months.
Shit, I would cry too.
Oh, and I didn't even say one of the parts. Okay, so when we would get waking up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, the lieutenants would yell like, get up, and they would flip our room like inside out. They would completely destroy it. They would like pick up the mattresses, throw them on the ground, and they would make us clean it all up before we showered. And I remember they would make me run up a hill with heavy ass weights, and I was so tiny back then. I was always under 100 pounds. I was like 80 or 90 pounds. I came back all bruised up. My legs were all bruised up, and my dad was pissed, like completely angry. Like, he was so angry that I even got like sent to boot camp. But to be honest, I feel like I did not benefit from it at all. I feel like it's kind of like not inhumane, but
I mean, it sounded inhumane to me.
Cause I feel like what is getting yelled at and getting your room flipped inside out do to help you?
Mental toughness.
No, I feel
Like,
like I
you know-
don't agree with any of those programs. Like, I would never put my child through boot camp like that. Like, no matter how bad they are.
Like, I'm so stubborn that I would probably just be like, okay.
No,
Like,
they would yell at you, get in your face, and like spit while they're talking. I remember, I remember a lieutenant was like this to a little kid.
he picks him up and his feet are just like this.
They were allowed to do that.
Did they beat your ass?
And that's why I have anxiety.
Childhood trauma.
No, deadass, I feel like that really like spiked up my anxiety so bad. I feel like ever since that, like my anxiety kind of like never went away. Oh, it is this one. You guys, so we actually just found an article about the boot camp that I went to, and tell me why. Yes, baby? Tell me why. I found an article on KTLA saying that multiple kids came forward talking about abuse in that boot camp, saying that they were beaten. Not a random fucking memory, and this is why my dad was mad. So I didn't say this on camera, but I'll tell you guys. So the lieutenants would make us do sit-ups, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I told you they would step on my toes with their heavy ass fucking boots. And I remember my toenail actually came off, and that's why I was fucking pissed. My whole toenail came off because their boots were so heavy. From them, they would put their whole body weight on me for me to do the sit-ups, which was like so unnecessary because they would be like, you can't lift your feet off the ground while you're doing the sit-ups. But yeah, guys, we found an article saying children allegedly beaten at boot camp. And it's the boot camp that I went to. It says 7 children claimed they were physically and verbally abused by officers during a week-long boot camp. Crazy, huh?
Wow, that's messed up. They just beating the shit out of them for no reason. Look,
It
by,
says-
by the neck, pushed up against the wall. That they're doing this to kids, you guys.
Yeah, look, this, it says they had their hands and back stepped on while they did push-ups. It says one young camper suffered broken fingers when an officer stepped on the child's hand during the camp. This is all allegedly, is what it says here, but I did witness some of the things. I'm not naming the boot camp because I'm not trying to get into legal trouble. But I remember coming back with bruised legs, and one of my toenails had broken off, and I'm sure my dad remembers this. I was hella mad. And that's why I have anxiety.
And this is